You already know what time it is, or maybe you don't. So this is a little bit of a different video, something I don't usually like to do on this channel, updates, but I feel like this one was pretty important because it directly involves me going against something I said I would do. So I feel like in that situation, it's better that you hear it directly from me than just reading it on a post that you'll probably skip straight to the bottom too. So realistically here, go ahead and put me on 2x speed if that makes it easier. But essentially all I really wanted to say is for a while now, I don't know if it's YouTube coming after me, but there are quite a few things on the channel that's been really difficult to consistently do. Gameplay has been really fun to do, of course, but practically every episode of Fallout New Vegas and The Witcher 3 both have been dealing with the whole yellow icon of death thing and stuff. I have no idea how they manage these things because even when they say it's a human reviewer and stuff, it doesn't make any sense. Patron viewers might know this sometimes, but some episodes might get flagged like in the raw version of it because I didn't edit certain things out, but would also be fine sometimes. But then the edited version is flagged when the unedited or uncensored one isn't. I have no idea why this happens, but it's still an annoyance to deal with, especially because that icon essentially kills the reach of a video, which is part of the reason why I feel like Fallout New Vegas has suffered as much as it has. But it's not just those I wanted to talk about today. The biggest things, which was a huge endeavor I wanted to do a few months back, that if you guys were here long enough to see that, was I really wanted to start diving into movie and TV show reactions. Moral of the story, essentially, I'm never been a movie person. I've arguably not been a TV show person that much. In my later years, I became a bigger anime fan and stuff, but most of the modern TV shows and movies I never got into. I haven't even seen some of the biggest of stuff like Pirates of the Caribbean or even things like Deadpool. You know, I've never seen some of the most iconic stuff, and that needs to be fixed, if I'm honest. And that was my whole goal. However, you can probably see that the movie reaction for Inception that I had talked about never came out, even though I brought it up that I was editing it for multiple videos. Same thing with the One Piece live action reactions. Patreon, I believe, saw all of it, but you guys would probably realize that YouTube didn't. The biggest reason is not only do they like to age restrict that kind of stuff, but editing things like that, like movies and TV shows, are extremely difficult. There are plenty of channels that out there do it, but I'm gonna be honest, I think the biggest reason why it's hard for me to get into like reactions for movies and stuff like that from a viewer's perspective is that chopping up stuff always kind of sucks for me. It's cool when it's a highlight and stuff like that, but when it's a highlight, I really want to see the moment. I hate seeing 4 seconds of audio, 4 seconds of mute. You know, it has to skip around every few to avoid copyright or have some kind of weird filter over it, the audio messed with maybe. It's just not fun personally for me. And I'm gonna be honest, I've realized that I hate doing it as much as I hate watching it. So I'm going to be honest, that is the biggest reason why I couldn't get past it. Not to mention how you might even need to upload a video 12 some odd times just to avoid the copyright, because I'm gonna be honest, sometimes YouTube's checker when the upload process isn't always accurate. Sometimes it'll say it's fine, then maybe an hour later, then it gets flagged for some reason. I have no idea why this happens, but it's just the case. And it's the biggest reason why the One Piece live action series never came out. And is the biggest reason why the Inception thing never came out either, because you guys didn't see it, but it can tell me about copyrighted stuff even before I actually publish it for everybody to see. And I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't deal with it anymore. It's making me lose my mind. Not to mention how long it takes to edit this stuff. I'm talking, you keep 4 seconds in, then the next 4 seconds has to be a different 4 seconds. So you have to skip ahead, cut out 4 seconds of the audio, or just leave the audio and take out the video. And you have to do that for the entire length of a movie, man, or a TV show. And it gets old. It gets really old. I don't know how people do it, honestly. Maybe it's just with my level of skill. It's just not within the realm of reality right now. But realistically, I just don't think it's worth doing that. So I reached out to quite a bit of people over the last 2 weeks. I've talked to friends, family, and even some of you. So some of you might already know where I'm going with this. This kind of goes against what I said I would do a long time ago. I was never the biggest fan of locking content behind Patreon. However, realistically, it's the only place where I can kind of do that fine. But I also understand that people who do choose to support me want to feel like they're getting something really great out of it. And early access to videos is obviously really good, and you guys seem to really like that. So much love for supporting the Patreon and stuff like that. However, things like this is what I really want to bring to Patreon. I do think if I'm going to do movie and TV show or even music reactions and stuff like that, it has to be Patreon exclusive, because I don't have YouTube hounding my back trying to freaking snipe my channel over it at all times. And again, knowing that your channel could be sniped at any time just because they choose to go after it at this moment, maybe even a year after it's posted, is honestly way too much stress for me to deal with at the moment. So I do plan to go with most people's advice and just make movies and TV shows Patreon exclusive. I do think it would be a great way to make the Patreon grow, mostly because YouTube is a very unpredictable platform. You can do better than you did last month and still make less, and there's no way around that. And I would rather honestly not have to rely on sponsors. And honestly, like I like showing off cool things. Like if there's a game people want me to play, and I like, before I accept any sponsor for anything, I have to enjoy the game. And I've talked about this at length on streams and stuff before, but there are some things I've been sponsored to do that I genuinely liked it. And you guys would not believe how many sponsors I turned down because I genuinely just cannot recommend it, or I just genuinely don't get any fun out of it myself. If I can't get any fun out of it myself, then how do I expect to convince an audience to go and download this thing or buy this thing? So that's just my moral code. If I can't get something good out of it, then I'm not going to recommend it to my viewers. And I would rather just have my videos feel like they age better without having a whole bunch of sponsors in it. You know, like I always try to go for the vibe that my videos are just friends hanging out after school or after work on the weekend and just playing some games together, man. That's the vibe I try to go for in my videos. And you guys seem to really enjoy that. And I would rather not try to bog that down with a sponsor midway through or at the beginning, so you something to skip at the beginning of each video. I would rather not be the case. So that's why I want to have the Patreon be established and well off enough to where I don't have to worry about that kind of thing, man. Because again, at the end of the day, this is my job. I do have to pay bills and stuff too. And I hate kind of saying that kind of thing, you know, because I know the connotation it has in certain people's eyes. But at the end of the day too, this is kind of what I chose to do. And this is just something that can help me. So if early access to videos and you want to see me react to stuff like Deadpool and Pirates of the Caribbean, or even some of your favorite movies or anime or TV shows, recommend them to me. Tell me what you want me to see. And I would love to put them all on Patreon and stuff. It's not much, but with enough support, I can absolutely do this full time, and we'll just kind of have the time of our lives. I would love to be able to make sure I can consistently make you guys' day better with these videos. You guys send me those kind of kind messages so much, and I feel like I really don't say it enough, but thank you. I thank you so much for all the support. There's still a long way to go towards our goal, but I know for a fact with you guys' help, we can do this. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. This video is already longer than I wanted it to be, but thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button for your boy and leave a comment for the algorithm. Again, you have no idea how much that really helps me out. And again, if you would like to see early access to videos, would like to see stuff like movie, TV show, music reactions, then you should definitely check out the link in the description box below for my Patreon. It's not much, again, but with enough support, I can do this full time, and we're going to have the time of our lives. But thank you all so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce. Remember everyone to play some games, have some fun, and enjoy your day today.